Hey guys, what is up? Rob M here, and today we are talking about Gospel of Christ spoilers. Alright, so if you don't want any spoilers, you want everything to be a surprise when you open your first Gospel of Christ packs, turn this video off, go pick out something else to watch, check out some of my other YouTube videos. But without further ado, for those that are ready, we're going to go over Gospel of Christ Phase 1 list. So this was a nice little Christmas present in the form of the name of all the cards in the Gospel of Christ set for the Phase 1. Alright, just a reminder, this is your last chance to turn away and pick a different video out. GOC spoilers are upon us. We're going to go over the list of cards, and then we will go over actual card spoilers after we go over the list. Alright, so the Gospel of Christ Phase 1 contains 129 cards, 18 legacy rares, 90 of which are commons, 36 rares, and 3 ultra rare, and 3 ultra rare pluses. We have the Crowd's Choice, Harvest Time, Voice from Heaven, Burial, Burial Shroud, Concealed Riches, The Cross, Samaritan Water Jar, Temple Veil, 30 Pieces of Silver, 3 Nails, His Sacrifice, Send the Helper, Peter's Curse, Ridicule, Jerusalem, Sychar, The Church of Christ, Fishing Boat, Herod's Temple, High Priest Palace, Kingdoms of this World, Golgotha, Lost Soul Galileans, Lost Soul Undesirables, Lost Soul Harvest, Lost Soul John 8:3-4, the Centurion at Capernaum, Man with Withered Hand, the Centurion at Calvary, Zacchaeus the Repentant / Zacchaeus Tax Collector, the Repentant Thief / the Condemned Thief, the Prodigal Son, Judas Iscariot / Judas the Betrayer, 10 Virgins, Restitution / Extortion, Lost Sheep / Good Shepherd, Faithful Servant, Saint Patrick, Elijah in Glory, the Lord's Prayer, Transfiguration, Lost Coin Found, Plague of Hail, Expelled from Heaven, Plague of Frogs, Love One Another, the Great Commission, which we have not seen the Great Commission yet, but I believe when I spoiled the picture of my playmat as a possible art for GOC that would be great to have in there, it was revealed that the left part of the image with Jesus pointing to some of the disciples would be used, I believe, as the card The Great Commission. Authority of Christ, we still have not seen that card yet. Everybody is anxiously awaiting that. I'm guessing we won't see that until we open our packs. Day of Judgment, Good Seed, Untouchable, Unpardonable, Redemption, Spirit as a Dove, Life in the Sun. This card I found on the Cactus website when he announced a late January, early February release for the set. I was able to spoil that onto the Discord. The Ascension, Jairus, Citizens of Sychar, The Good Samaritan, Watchful Servant, Woman at the Well, The Persistent Widow, The Thankful Leopard, Jairus' Daughter, Amazing Faith, Restoring the Afflicted. I think it's neat that Jairus and Jairus' daughter are going to be in the set. Possibly, maybe they'll work together somehow. Talitha Cum, Who is Without Sin, Meeting the Messiah, Teaching in Parables, Submission to Christ. And then we got the disciples here. Alright, one neat thing I noticed about the disciples when I was reading the list over is the 4 disciples that are in the starter deck, INJ starter deck, are not in this section of Gospel of Christ. So I'm expecting to see them in Phase 2. But for the disciples included in this set, we have Philip of the Bethesda / Philip the Pragmatic, Bartholomew, Nathaniel, or Bartholomew the True, Matthew the Publican / Matthew Levi, Thomas the Twin / Thomas the Assured, James the Younger / James son of Alphaeus, Simon the Zealot / Saint Simon, Thaddeus / Judas Thaddeus, Matthias, I believe he would be an axe guard since he is selected as the replacement for Judas Iscariot. I am he, faith as a mustard seed, sent 2 by 2, walking on water, washed by Christ, Boanerges, Mary Holy Virgin / Mary Willing Servant, Jesus Appears, the Brood of Vipers, Supercilious Scribes, probably said that completely wrong, Crucify, Crucify, Demanding Miracles, Duplicity, Clinging to Power, Tenants Kill the Son, Just a Hireling, Withered Seed, Gathering the Sanhedrin, possibly a card that combines the Pharisees and Sadducees together, Strike the Shepherd, Vine Grower's Rebellion, Ananias the Elder, Emphatic Incriminators, Gaius the Conspirator, Insincere Inquisitors, Captain of the Guard, Temple Guard, Dubious Doubters. Wow, we have a lot of tongue twisters in here. Insincere Inquisitors, Dubious Doubters, Plotting Priests. Very clever, guys, very clever. Alright, we have the Gatekeeper Maid, Malchus, Temple Guard Spear, High Priest Plot. Here's another one. Superstitious Scheme, False Accusations, Questioning Christ, Callous Conspirators, The Obstinate Pharisee, The Expert Lawyer, Proud Pharisee, The Proselytizers, Repudicating Rulers, Doom Speakers, Simon the Host, Disciples of the Pharisees, Fear of Man, Pretension, Distort the Truth, Self-Righteous Prayer, Strict Sabbath. Alright, we do not have the list of legacy rares, but it has been promised that all legacy rares will be spoiled before the release of GOC. Alright, now for the actual card art that has been spoiled so far for the Gospel of Christ Phase 1 set. Alright, so card number 1 is Crowd's Choice. This card was spoiled a while ago, so it might not look like this now. The abilities may be different. I'm hoping that they are the same, because as a good dominant, you may take a good card from deck or reserve. Or as an evil dominant, you may take an evil card from deck or reserve. There are going to be ways to reserve dominance, so your Son of God might get forced into your reserve, and this would be a good card to be able to get that out of the reserve and back into play. Card number 2 is Harvest Time, reprint with an updated ability from a previous card. The good dominant Harvest Time, select a number, play that number of lost souls from each deck, regardless of protect abilities. And I believe Redemption with Jaden spoiled this card on his channel a month or so ago. So be sure to check out his channel as well for lots of great videos. Card number 5, Voice from Heaven. This is a new dominant. Enhancements are regardless of protect abilities this turn. That is going to help a lot, I think, coming forward in the game, getting around any protect abilities. Banish any number of cards from reserve. Banish all discard piles except good dominants and up to X cards from each opponent's reserve. lots of crazy banishing is going to be happening with this card. So X is the number of cards banished from your reserve by this card. So you could create a reserve with literally 10 random cards and just banish them all to really mess up your opponent's gameplay. The possibilities seem to be endless with this card. So lots of fun going to be had with this in the near future. Card number 6 is Burial. This is not a legacy rare, so we're going to be seeing a new ability on Burial. We have the old Burial card art in the background there, so that's a neat nod to its heritage, but I think everyone is excited to see what the new ability will be for the Evil Dominant Burial. Card number 8 in the set is Concealed Riches, an artifact. X equals the number of cards in discard pile. And before this card was revealed, it was guessed by the Threshing Floor that this was going to be one of the ultra rares. Gabe came out and showed us this part of the image that I believe that is not the case, obviously. I guess my guess is going to be Crowd's Choice, even though we had that image in the first image there. I think that would be a neat ultra rare. Not necessarily something that would warrant just being an ultra rare, but I think it would be cool to have the full art for that card. Card number 9 is the Cross. It has been revealed that the Cross is actually an ultra rare card, so I'm thinking this is an early development of it when they were deciding whether to make it an ultra rare or a rare. This might be the ultra rare version art if you were to make it a full image. And as you'll see in a moment, there is a sneak peek for what the full art ultra rare plus version of the card will look like. So in the bottom there, it was revealed as just a little snippet, and you can see the ultra rare plus card number 9 on there. The Threshing Floor's host, John Hendricks, the crafty wizard that he is able to just take tiny pieces of art and find the full version of the art. He amazingly does this, and thanks to him, we kind of have a sneak peek at what the ultra rare version of the card is going to look like. So John, thank you for that, and I think everyone is excited to see this card, see its ability, and see what's going to happen, because as you can see on the Land of Redemption website, you can go on there and read articles about Gospel of Christ, and they talk about an alternate win condition done through a card called the Cross. So there's been a lot of speculation, and at Nationals last August, we did see a sneak peek of a lot of cards, and possibly the win condition of this card might have to do with decking out or getting to the end and having so many different heroes out to rescue them as lost souls. Really, right now, it's all speculation, but those are some theories about that. So, just overall, everyone is pretty excited to see this card and see what the actual ability of it is going to be and what this alternate win condition might actually mean for redemption going forward. So next up, we are going to see a couple of artifacts. We got 30 pieces of silver, and Gabe's done a really great job with a lot of these cards, getting the art to kind of like bleed onto the background of the picture. So it's really cool to see the coins spilling out over there. We got 3 nails. It's going to have a new ability. Requires immunity of meek heroes. So that's going to be really cool. So, just kind of speculating what those abilities are going to be on those cards. They're going to be, I believe, different, obviously, than what they were before. So that'll be pretty neat. Then we have the card Ridicule, which is a curse. As an evil enhancement, negate a hero. Hero's controller must reserve the top 2 cards of their deck or bounce that hero. Cannot be negated. As a curse, paralyze opponent's heroes with a draw ability for 1 round. And then it may be activated on your evil Herod. So if you want to use it as a curse, you can do some paralyzing of heroes with draw abilities. So, a couple different ways to use this. So it'll be interesting to see how people play this card. Next up, we have Fortresses, the Church of Christ. And this is going to allow you to create some hero tokens. If you play a unique church hero from hand, you may create a hero token. Good gospel enhancements used by your lone follower token cannot be negated by an evil card. So follower token is a 6/8 clay male human of a selected church. So this is going to be neat because if you bounce a hero token, it doesn't exist anymore. It's going to be pretty neat to see how people play this out. Maybe you create your own hero token with your face on it so that once you get put in play as a hero token, that you're Rob M from the Church of Colossus or whichever one you decide to choose. And it can be a lot of fun just to even create the images for these hero tokens. So I'll be interested to see some people make some hero tokens for this card. Next up is the fishing boat, and we have gotten very little of what this card is actually going to do. Obviously, we know it's a fortress. It's going to allow you to do some drawing. It still plays to set aside, but other than that, we're still kind of left with a mystery of what it does. Then we have the site Golgotha, which is purple, silver, and white. If put in play, you may take a gospel character, except a hero, from deck or reserve. The first skull icon card used by your New Testament character each battle cannot be prevented. And then this card holds the cross, so that's going to be neat how these cards interact. And to flip cards, we have Roman Centurion, generic Roman Centurion. You may take a gospel artifact from reserve or deck if a unique Roman is in play. Alright, get the cross out of reserve. That would be neat. May ban to a generic Roman. And then you could also play him as a gold and red hero called the Centurion at Calvary. Negate a card, may ban to a Roman, or you may reserve an artifact or evil fortress from a deck. Yep, I'll reserve your Sheol, thank you. Alright, lots of neat interactions that could be played with the Centurion. Very, very, very cool. Alright, next up we have the Repentant Thief, and all we have is the good side of this card right now. We can't see the evil side. We know from the list that it's called the Condemned Thief, but all we can see right now is the good side. You may reserve an evil enhancement from a deck. So, lots of reserving action going to be had in Gospel of Christ. Judas Iscariot, purple hero, territory class. You can now play Judas as a hero. In previous sets, Judas was always just a crimson evil character. With the introduction of flip cards in previous sets, this kind of gives them that opportunity to play around with Judas a little bit more. He is a disciple of Christ. He did a lot of good things in the name of Christ before he turns over Christ to be crucified. And I think it's really neat how they blended this picture together to show the good and evil sides of Judas. If you've seen the show The Chosen, they have Judas in there, just introduced in this past season. And it just really shows you that, Judas was Judas is a human being, and that, he, ultimately we see him as this betrayer of Christ, but at one time he was a, somebody who was going out there and sharing the good news of his rabbi, Jesus. So, neat thing about this card is one of the community members, one of the players, suggested that the orange be added to Judas due to Satan coming into him, influencing him to betray Christ. And then the name of the card has actually been changed since we saw this picture. It says Judas the Traitor on this picture, but in the set list you can see it's now called Judas the Betrayer. And a neat little thing is I was able to suggest that change, and it's just really cool how the development team listens to the players, takes feedback from the players, and I think that was just a neat thing to be able to be a part of, even just by saying, hey, like, Judas betrays Jesus with a kiss. What if his name was Judas the Betrayer instead? So I'm really actually a lot excited to see this card printed, see what the abilities are for the good and evil sides, and, just keep getting more and more excited about Gospel of Christ coming out. All right, card number 58 is Faithful Servant, a clay and gold generic hero. Card number 60 is St. Patrick. St. Patrick was previously released as a local promo. And in this set, St. Patrick is clay, green, and teal. And he's meek. He has no special ability, but he does have a star ability. So that is pretty neat. Allows you to top deck a green card from deck. He is a missionary and a priest and a prophet. So just a neat little card in there. Yeah, it's going to be neat to see how people utilize this card. We have Transfiguration. Top deck a good dominant from deck. This is card number 68. Interrupt the battle. New Testament hero may ban to Moses and Elijah from reserve deck and or territory. Cannot be negated. So this card is going to be, pretty neat. You're going to be able to use Moses, use Elijah. That just provides endless possibilities with Moses, with his, fight by number ability. Obviously, Transfiguration cannot be negated, so it's not going to be kicking people out. But just very cool art, very cool card. Obviously, going to be a neat gameplay aspect there. We have Plague of Hail, card number 73. Negate a card. If used by an Exodus hero, you may discard an evil Exodus card to discard the top 5 cards of a deck. 5 cards discarded from the deck. That is going to hurt. If played in battle, discard an evil card in a territory or set-aside area. Expelled from Heaven, purple and silver, good enhancement. Star ability, underdeck a demon. So now I see this pairing really well with a demon defense. Underdeck your demon, and then use another ability that reveals the bottom card of the deck. And if it's a demon, take it to hand. As the enhancement, negate and banish an evil card except a human. If used by a New Testament hero, you may draw 2. Cannot be prevented. Some good drawing for either purple or silver. Now we only have a partial reveal for this card, Love One Another. X is the number of your meek clay cards. Meek clay cards. It doesn't say meek clay heroes, it says meek clay cards. So that's pretty interesting. And I also believe this image is the set picture for Gospel of Christ. Seen it a couple of times on the Land of Redemption. I could be wrong, but seems to be the art of choice for that. Next up, we have partial reveal of Day of Judgment, a clay, gold, and purple enhancement. The Good Seed. Now, the Good Seed enhancement, I remember seeing this card at Nats when they were, when they got the playtest cards out. Everybody was kind of gathered around, really excited, looking at them. I tried not to look at them too much because, one, I knew some of them were going to change, and two, I wanted to be surprised and want to be spoiled too much. So, it's got 4 brigades on there. It's territory class. Other than that, we don't know much, but definitely going to be a good enhancement to use in the GOC only category. Alright, we got Redemption, a clay card. X is the number of your meek heroes. Protect meek heroes from evil cards until the end of turn. Enhancement ability, select up to X evil cards, convert the selected humans, and reserve the rest. Very neat. So you're going to convert humans and reserve possibly animals, demons, etc. So much more powerful card with the name of the game in it than the previous iteration of the card. Card number 87 is Spirit as a Dove, and it's now given its proper place in the Clay Brigade. It is territory class enhancement, and other than that, all we have is the card image, so we will have to wait and see what this card actually does. Card number 88 is Life in the Sun, a clay territory class enhancement. Star ability, resurrect a hero. Special ability, you may convert a hero to meek or bounce a character. You may draw X, X being meek clay cards. Limit 3 unless played in battle. Cannot be prevented if played in battle. Alright, gonna let you do some drawing. Possibly a battle winner to bounce your opponent's character. Lots of different options you can see here. Convert your hero to meek if you need to get rid of the special ability side to benefit from more cards being drawn. Yeah, just lots of great clay cards seem to be coming out in this set, and we're all looking forward to seeing those more and more each day. We have a partial reveal for card number 90. As you can see from the set list, this card is called the Ascension. Interrupt the battle. You may play a clay hero from reserve. Hero may ban to any number of New Testament heroes. Cannot be negated if used by a meek hero. We have a partial reveal of card number 94, the Watchful Servant, a 5/4 gold hero, generic. And we will just have to wait and see what the new ability is for this card, since it will be different from its previous version. Card number 95 is the Woman at the Well. Star ability, top deck a Samaritan from deck. Special ability, New Testament enhancements used by this card are regardless of protect abilities. May ban to a Samaritan, or you may take a gospel artifact from reserve. This is going to be a great card for the Gold Brigade. You're going to be able to get out the cross from your reserve. You're going to be able to do things regardless of protection, so you can get through those demons. You can get through that defense. I think this is going to be a very, very, very good card. Card number 97 is the Thankful Leper. He's a Samaritan. X is the number of lost souls in play. Star ability, look at the top 10 cards of a deck. Special ability, you may look at the top X cards of a deck, reserve an evil card, or take up to one card you own. cannot be interrupted. Having the foresight to see what is happening either in your deck, maybe you're going to want to shuffle it to get closer to your Son of God and Second Coming or New Jerusalem. Maybe you're going to be happy with what you have, so that you're going to try to start drawing cards out of your deck faster. Another great card to see, the Gold Brigade, is really going to have some good, powerful offensive cards, I think. We only have a small snippet for the ability of Teaching in Parables, card number 104. Star ability, reserve the top card of a deck. So this is going to be about resource management and getting cards out of your opponent's deck and putting them in your reserve. Think about in Type 2, you could do this 4 times. And who knows what the ability of the card itself is going to be. Possibly something else to do with moving cards from deck to reserve, or from maybe a character in battle is going to get reserved. So moving on to the Purple Brigade, we have the only revealed disciple so far, Thomas the Assured and Thomas the Twin. So as Clay, Thomas the Assured is meek. This is a disciple, Jerusalem, martyr, and missionary. His territory class ability on purple is, if an opponent uses a search ability, you may take a good dominant from deck. If attacking, you may convert this card to meek to ban to a martyr. This guy is going to want to be in territory. You're going to want to use him to get good dominance out of your deck. Hopefully 3 woes is not played against him. But this is going to be a great card to have splashed in pretty much any GOC deck. Card number 123 is Bonandries. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but I believe it has something to do with the Sons of Thunder. XX, we cannot see what that represents, but it does have the neat lightning strikes in the background with the purple hue. So all we can do is speculate as to what the ability will be on this card. I believe on Christmas Eve or close to it, we were finally gifted with the full spoiler of Mary Holy Virgin and Mary Willing Servant. She is Jerusalem, Nativity, Prophet, and her ability needs hero unity of gospel heroes, which will not be a problem if you're playing GOC only. Outside of that, though, you're going to make sure that you're using gospel heroes to allow her ability to work. So, unity, you may negate and reserve an evil or neutral card in territory. You may take a star card from reserve. You may convert this card to meek, cannot be negated. So she's going to reserve an evil card in territory. You're going to get a star card out of your reserve, so you're going to want to put some good star cards in reserve. And now I believe this is the only nativity card in this set, other than the Legacy Rare. So it'll be interesting to see when Phase 2 comes out, how Mary interacts with a lot of those enhancements down the road. We have a partial reveal of card number 168, Just a Hireling, with John Rhys Davies from Raiders of the Lost Ark popping out of the card art there. Or just a Pharisee or Sadducee, sorry. Discard your Pharisee or Sadducee to shuffle up to 3 lost souls or any number of meek lost souls. Cannot be prevented if you control a meek lost soul. So gray and black are going to be doing some meek lost soul shuffling. So expect to see more meek lost soul action in this set and in probably Phase 2 as well. So a couple more cards to be spoiled. And I will say that I did not cover all the spoilers, just the ones that are going to come to us in Phase 1. We will do a Phase 2 spoiler reveal as we get closer come summertime to that set. Card number 183 is the Gatekeeper Maid. If you control a meek lost soul, draw 1. If blocking alone, you may choose the hero to attack. Cannot be interrupted. And she is a Sadducee. Another partial reveal for card number 184, Malchus, with Peter there cutting his ear off. And that's all we got for you. We'll have to wait for the unboxings in a few weeks in order to see what the ability is there. On to the last few cards from the Grey Brigade. We got the Expert Lawyer, an 8/9 gray evil character, a Pharisee. Evil New Testament enhancements used by this card are regardless of protect abilities. If blocking, you may pay a meek lost soul from deck to take a New Testament gray enhancement from discard pile. Cannot be prevented. Now this card is going to be really powerful. Evil enhancements are going to be regardless of protect if you use New Testament enhancements. If blocking, you can play a meek soul from deck. So it's going to allow you to get gray enhancements out of your discard pile, to recycle them, reuse some of your great battle winners on defense. Look out for the Expert Lawyer. He knows his stuff. He is ready to take his case to court. Card number 238 is Self-Righteous Prayer. And this is another great example of how the community got to be involved in this card. The team came to the community on Discord and did a little bit of a reveal on this ability. And they just kind of were looking for input and how to word the ability so that it was easy to understand. So the ability is finalized as reveal hand and opponent's hand. If your hand contains more good cards, withdraw all heroes. If opponent's hand contains more good cards, character may ban to a Pharisee. If there is a tie, end the battle. And this also takes up the maximum lines for a special ability. 5, I think there might be one that has 6, but 5 is kind of the max. They try to not go above that. And, like I said, it's just really neat when the community can come together. The leadership team spoils some cards here and there, giving us some great insight into the set. And I think everyone is really looking forward to seeing more cards in the coming weeks and, revealing the whole set once we start breaking open some boxes. So that is a wrap on the spoilers of Phase 1 for Gospel of Christ. Thanks again for watching and tuning in. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite spoiler is and maybe what some of the other cards you are excited about. I, for one, want to see that ability for Fishing Boat. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think and what card you might be looking forward to the most. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Bye now.